to make an exception, this might be the hand, a weak small doubleton, all prime cards. Of course, the downside of opening one heart is the rebid problem over your partner's, say, one spade. You would have to manufacture an artificial rebid. So I could see one heart on this hand, even though I'm 99% with one no.
Okay. So two no trumps. Pair with showed clubs or diamonds. And diamonds or diamonds. So Norse probably showed diamonds now with maybe weak hearts. That would make sense.
I was thinking they might use some form of puppet stamen, to look for a 5-3 spade fit. When I played with David for 18 years, David Berkowitz, we had a way to show a weak doubleton as the responder. It came up like once every 8 years. I think it was worth it.
No, not really.
Okay, so this lead is going to cause the trick, but this contract, it's surely not clear how to play it. Do you go at which red suit do you go after, and how would you go after them? Certainly a heart to the jack won't work very well. Declare is going to win the jack of spades. Going after diamonds has more potential because you have ace, king, 10, 9. However, there's some entry issues. So it's not clear at all how to play this.
No, but once the jack of spades holds the trick, it's quite likely that West has those honors. So isn't it just normal, Larry, to take a heart to this, because your spades are still protected? Oh, well, maybe they're not. You're right. That she can continue with a top spade. That's right.
Yeah, now the way to play this diamond suit, you could lay down the ace-king, catering to a doubleton honor would be nice, but then you have that entry problem. You could also lead a diamond to the 10, planning to finesse twice. That's more comfortable entry-wise. So this line's certainly going to work out since the declare is going after the suit that works. That's a nice queen of diamonds play there by West. Very nicely done.
It is. Do you think she can go wrong now? Playing West to have Queen Jack X.
Well, Queen Jack XX. I mean, if it's Queen Jack X, there would be no reason to finesse again. I don't know that West would cover with Queen Jack XX, so I think the Declare is going to get the diamonds right. I always teach, of course, second hand low. This is one of those interesting situations where second hand high causes problems for the declarer. So that was a beautiful play by West.
Yeah, West Marion Michelski, originally from the Netherlands, very strong player, now living in Sweden.
So this was well done by both South and West. They both did the right thing here.
And the reason she lives in Sweden now is because of the man sitting east, and you can guess the rest.
I believe she played with Zia last year, and they won a national championship, National Open Pairs in the United States. It's very impressive.
Yes, she's won a lot with the Dutch women when she was still representing the Netherlands. She just won the Swedish team championships. What just happened here? The camera's started going crazy. Will someone dig out the site? By the way, while we're waiting for a new board, let me say that there's no playoff for the bronze medal, which I think is a good idea. The organizers have decided that when you lose a semi-final, you don't really want to play a match for third place. So they've decided to award bronze medals to those losing semi-finalists. Don't you agree with that, Larry, that that's a splendid idea?
Yeah, unless maybe it's the Bermuda Bowl where there's a little more prestige attached to coming in third and getting a medal. Certainly in our U.S. championships, our national championships, once you lose in the semifinals, you're done. You don't play any more bridge, and that's the way we like it. So it's funny if DeClara thinks she can't afford the hard finesse, she'll end up taking a lot of tricks, but she can afford to take it. There's only two more spades outstanding, so she knows that if she loses a hard finesse, her contract is still safe. So it's not clear to me if she'll take a hard finesse or a club finesse. Either one is safe to take.
Mm. Oh, and by the way, Marion was also on the Sweden team in the Nordic Championships a couple of weeks ago, and they won also. So she seems to win everything.
And it's nice to see a relatively young. I don't know if we give out women's ages, but bridge-wise, she's quite young, and that's nice to see.
Yes, I don't know her exact age, but is it around 30, early 30s? Something like that.
Well, in bridge in dog years or bridge years, that's a baby. Okay, so she gets the wrong finesse to take. A couple over tricks. I won't start with you yet, Roland, about match points being more interesting, but we will get to see match point events quite soon, and this would have been a much more meaningful decision, these over tricks here.
Hmm. She was born in 85, so she is either 31 or 32. Uh, thank you. Right, I agree with you, Larry, in the sense that every board is interesting at match points because you need to take as many tricks as you can. I agree with that. Whereas at imps, some boards are very dull.
All right. Well, North South have a nice double fit, and East West have an amazing club fit, but no slam because they're off two hard tricks. If they do reach too high in clubs, the opening lead will be crucial. North would probably find the heart lead. South, not so clear. So let's see how many clubs East West end up in.
Yeah, as you said, they can certainly make five clubs on any lead.
So normal start, one spade, unusual no trump to show the minors. South is going to raise spades, and West is certainly going to bid at least five clubs. So North will end up on lead. So North's going to have an easy heart lead. The question is, will West settle for only five clubs? She could be tempted to say six, which could get North South to take a phantom sacrifice. This is exciting. And North might bid on here.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little about the five level, because it's so difficult to judge at the five level, isn't it? Who is
Yeah,
saving
oh, it
against
is
who?
difficult in general. You don't bid five over five. That's the general rule. But at these colors, white on red for North, and her second heart suit. I mean his. Sorry, North is a he. I would have bid with his hand. I mean, how bad can five spades be? And all his points are in the majors, so I would have bid on with his hand. I might have bid five hearts to prepare my level for partner for the sixth level decision. I'm not resulting, but it was certainly the right action here. Five spades is down only 300, right? 300 against 600.
Yes, yes, indeed. Two, three, four losers. Yes. What? Yes, four losers. Indeed,
If
that
they
may
play in
create a
spades.
swing.
Now, if they, sorry, Ron, if they play in hearts, it could go ace of spades and a rough and a club over and a rough. So five hearts doubled would be 800. It's funny here which nine card fit you sacrifice in. So that's a fairly good result for the Rosenthal team.
Yeah, the captain himself, he played the first half, sitting out now. There are 5 players on that team. In the other room, we have Mikritso Campanile and Chris Wilanken, north-south for the Rosenthal team, against Pavlushko and Orlov.
Roland, the highlight of these broadcasts is for me to hear you pronounce those names. Oh my goodness. I could listen to a recording of you pronouncing these names. Okay, hard pass a spade, and West, I think, will bid only two clubs. Well, geez, boy, they're fast. Okay, only two clubs, a little bit too strong to preempt. These days, when your opponents open and respond, they could be stealing from you. East West could still have a game, so I'm okay with only two clubs by West.
Now, what? Well, South would like to invite here. Remember the Polish club, so North is limited to 16 high cut points. But they could have a spade game on. They could have a diamond game on. Unlikely. But for spades, is this still a possibility from South's point of view?
Yeah, I like three spades here. One thing that's pretty popular these days is to respond two spades to one heart as weakish, so therefore two spades here would show a good hand. Some players even play it forcing. So it would help for us to know what an initial two spade bid would have meant.
But wouldn't that hand be too strong anyway? Yes, for a weak jump shift. So you mean that she has an invitational hand and can bid one spade followed by two spades to
Right,
show the
that's a
invitation?
negative inference. That's the whole. I didn't usually play weak jump shifts, but I'm told the big benefit is when you do bid one and then two, your partner knows you have something. So everyone kind of took the low road here. We can see four clubs wouldn't make, and four spades wouldn't make because there's a loser in each suit.
First question for you, Larry. Please send the questions to me. I'll pass them on to Larry. First question is quite funny. Larry doesn't like weak jump shifts. What does he like? Go on.
Well, I didn't say I don't like them. I just didn't play them. I liked old-fashioned strong jump shifts, but with a caveat. I used to play a very popular method that's becoming more and more popular. Eric Rodwell invented it called judo, which stands for unusual major jump opposite opening one dot, whatever it is. It's a jump from one of a minor to two of a major. Shows various 5-4 hands, which are difficult hands to bid, five spades and four hearts. So when your partner opens a minor, you jump to two hearts, and it shows a weak hand with five spades and four hearts. And you jump to two spades, it shows an invitational hand. And those are difficult hands to bid otherwise, because if you respond one spade, you lose a 4-4 heart bid. So that's what I recommend. I'll see if I can put up a link to it.
is the best chance for the defense. They can't beat it legitimately, but maybe they can create an illusion. Let's see. Wow. Are you here, Larry?
Yeah, well, I was looking for the link, and I mean,
Yeah.
Declare's only in three diamonds, so I'm guessing that he's, hoping to just lose one trick in each suit, playing somewhat safely.
Look at board 16. They bid for 6 clubs in the other room. But they wisely let East be declarer in that contract, and South didn't find the hard way.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned that from the other side it might make, and there you see what a swing on opening lead. I wonder if North could have gotten hearts into the off. Yeah, North could have. What happened was North didn't bid the hearts, and we talked about that to involve partner. North had opened a spade with the 5-5, and when North just chose to compete over 5 clubs instead of saying 5 hearts, which would have solved all problems, North said 5 spades, and that became fatal when partner couldn't lead a heart.
The next question is, what is Larry's best use of uncontested 1 club, 2 diamonds, a jump to 2 diamonds?
Well, I used to play a strong club system, so it was a moot point. I don't feel strongly. I'm not a big system guy. My answer to almost any system question is, anything you and your partner are comfortable with and you can remember and you've discussed thoroughly. It's not a cop-out answer. It's just the right answer. It doesn't matter. Just play something you're comfortable with and you've discussed and you agree, and you won't mess up the game by misalerting and misexplaining. So anything you can handle and remember, I'm happy with. Okay, well, this south hand is a little heavy for one no trump, but I anytime I can open one no trump, I'm good with it. With the north hand, I would try to play in 3 diamonds. So whatever my methods are, I would rather, even though it's 2 levels higher, with my 6-card suit, which might be useless in no trump, and a singleton, I'm going to place the contract in 3 diamonds.
Do you like 4-way transfers? 2 spades to show clubs, 2 low to show diamonds?
The same answer I just gave. Anything you can remember. I'll put up the link to what I recommend opposite of one no opening. It's fairly simple and seems to be the most popular. So I'll put that up.
Are you gonna go back to work?
Car leaves for school in 20, son.
So that's what's most popular in North America these days, is using 2-spade response as a 2-way bid. It's either an invitational hand in no trump or it's a club hand, and using 2 no trump to transfer to diamonds. Of all the systems I've seen, that one seems to be the best, if you can remember it. Do you have an opinion here, Roland?
I like that approach. I play 2 spades as clubs and 2 low as diamonds, not a range ask. But I can see the benefit. The 2 spades is a range ask, basically.
I find that responding to one no trump and all the follow-ups is by far the most complex and difficult part of filling out a system. It's almost, to me, 50% of the battle is what happens after one no trump, and 50% is the entire rest of the system.
It's really been a rough time, boss. Question is, who did the roughing?
So apparently 2 no trump showed diamonds. However, now, how should one pre-accept? How should one like or dislike diamonds? Well, again, It's a question of what you like. Is it three clubs that says I love diamonds, or is it three diamonds?
Well, South here certainly loves diamonds. The argument for doing it this way is that when you say three clubs, it means you don't love diamonds, and that allows the responder, if the responder's got, say, five clubs jack, five diamonds jack, to transfer to diamonds. And when partner says, "Oh, I don't like it," well, then you pass three clubs, and you hope that maybe partner likes clubs. So that's the slight advantage. Very aggressive reopening here, Mark. I kind of like it.
Oh, so do I. But only at these colors.
Exactly. And yeah, Singleton Diamond. His right-hand opponent is limited, and he's got both majors, which is the suit his partner's likely to take out too. Yeah, I like it. Now, his three hearts, unfortunately, wow, South, South could be facing a zero count. That's pretty aggressive.
That is a gamble. We've seen that before with Golubic. She is very aggressive.
Well, if they get doubled, I don't think they're going to stick it out. I think undoubled, North will stick it out. From North's point of view, the ideal holding for his partner would be ace-king four times. Ace-king four times in diamonds, and that's six diamond tricks most days.
Think West is considering the double?
Yes, although in my book, I don't like to oh my goodness. I don't like to punish my partner for balancing, which bidding again does. So this was a fairly poor judgment by West. I mean, her king of diamonds is defense. The ace of diamonds rates to be on her right. Although I guess she feared like ace, queen, six of diamonds in dummy, but they probably would have already been in 3-0 trump. South, well, they didn't get doubled. It looks like down two.
The Russian team gained 6 more imps on board 17. Half score swing, 3 diamonds in this room, and East-West were allowed to play 3 clubs at the other table.
Sunt multe motive pentru care vii în farmacia noastră. Vii pentru un plus de energie. Nu, vreau numai să-i spun să fie și Morgan despre ce-i vorba și ce...
So we think here declarer is going to lose 2 trump tricks and one of everything else. I guess a club can go on the diamond. So down only one. You lose a diamond, a spade, and 2 hearts. What would have happened in a diamond contract or a spade contract, which North-South could easily reach spades? They wouldn't do well at all.
No, but then you expect Wellington to open one no trouble as well in the other room, and then spades won't be bid.
Well, Lincoln didn't open one no trump on the first board with a 5-card major and a hand that maybe could be opened a major. And this hand, they could argue for one spade as well, that it's too good for one no. If they reach spades, they'll go minus. So this is a bad result here for the Rosenthal team to be minus. East-West rate to go plus on this layout.
Super ofertă. Reduceri de neegalat. Cel mai mic preț. Aha, puteți să verificați pe Trivago care
Okay, so we see in the written commentary here, you see this about the hesitation.
Eu ce să zic? Așa
Dispute regarding board 16
eu dacă
in
îi
the room.
Breaking tempo ar putea să pornească și pe o parte și pe alta. Și cu Deci
Maybe.
noi
We
trebuie
had that
să
earlier
avem
today, by the way,
să
in
vorbim
the semifinals.
în 25
No
de
adjustment was
zile,
made.
dar nu zice de la ce dată.
I'll
De
tell
la
you what it was all
întâlnirea...
about.
Da,
They
da,
were on their
am,
way to
am,
Sweden,
da, da.
and South asked for the Queen of Clubs. And it took
Deci
3
atunci,
minutes
dacă avem
for
25
the
de
state to
zile
come back
de
with
astăzi,
5 states
poate
denying
până atunci rezolvați și dumneavoastră și
Queen,
Petri atunci
and
poate
then South
să
raised to
merge și
6.
pe o parte și în alta cu
You
ambele.
had to find the Queen of States. She had
Adică,
10 in her hand, and Jack wasn't there.
da, păi eu mâine,
That's
eu
right.
mâine
I can't
trebuie
imagine
să-i
they
zic
allowed
că
that.
nu mai am timp să mă duc să le fac fotocopii. Am încercat să fac cu telefonul și sunt foarte, nu se pot citi.
But I don't know all
Văd să
facts.
vină
So
fiul meu să
maybe
facă el.
Norse had given the wrong answer to key cards, Roman key cards. I think it was a 6-ace key card situation.
So East-West could have gotten lucky here. They could have made 420 if the Hearts behaved with club finesse on. So maybe I shouldn't be too critical of their decision. They, on a look different day, might have made a game. And maybe 3-0 Trump would have made. So perhaps West's decision was reasonable.
Virginia, raised by a single mom, no siblings. Joined the Marines in 2011, trained as an ammo tech with a weapons training battalion at Quantico, preparing for his first tour. Record, spotless. CEO called him one of his brightest stars. Wasn't always so bright.
Now, if you write an opponent opens one heart, Larry, do you ever call one no club
But he cleaned up after high school.
or one spade?
Top of his class from Virginia.
Well, or you could even double. I used to be with one spade, but Mextros convinced me that one no trump is better long run. So I'm not going to argue with him. So I'm a one no trumper now. With the Jack of Hearts, of course. Without the Jack of Hearts, you wouldn't have even asked me. We would have overcalled the spade. So this is another potential 15 to 17 no trump if you want to upgrade all those tens. On the other hand, it's not a great hand. I always like it if somebody who's listening can tell us the arcade, one of the point count systems, the Rubin Kaplan, one of those things. But it's really worth. I don't think it's worth 15 to 17. KNR.
I don't think KNR likes 4-3-3, Larry.
Right, but it likes tens, with aces, and queen jacks. I'm going to guess 14 and a half.
Someone will look at it. And white,
White on red. White on red. It's very tempting. It's because it's semi-preemptive as well.
no, he treats it as 12-14 balance. One club in Polish club is three-way, either with no trump, or 15 plus with clubs, or any 17 plus hand.
So one no trump's going to end the auction. West might choose a spade from three small. I like passive leads against an auction like this. I'd that or the fourth best diamond. Either one is effective.
Și, știți ce am vrut să vă întreb? Ei zic că e făcută chestia asta în numele cum îl cheamă pe băiat, Olimpiu sau Olimpiu, cu domiciliu în Crăciunel, dar mama zicea că nu e adevărat.
So the heart finesse on side for declarer is probably going to be the determining issue here.
He needed an outlet.
Și are,
I think he got in too deep.
da, dar nu știți unde are domiciliu.
I saw him sneak off base last night.
KNR, Larry, 13.115.
I told him to stop.
Doesn't that surprise
I
you?
told him it was too dangerous. But he wouldn't listen.
Well,
I wouldn't listen.
just couldn't take it.
She had
Yes,
Oh,
I drafted.
no slider.
You're a lawyer, right?
Mr. Vance,
Explain to me why my wife was looking to separate property.
I really think you should talk this over with her.
I can't. She's gone. I wasn't aware she was
Dar pe
traveling.
toate,
Not
de ce
traveling.
i-am spus și la orice oră din noapte, la 12 noapte înainte de a se pune în pasul doar să terminat tot, dacă poate 5 minute să mă sune, pe mine nu mă deranjează.
Jackie was a
Că eu
great
nu mă culc, eu de
How
obicei
did you tell
stau
me that?
Termin,
Do you think they kicked me out for talking too much?
I got questions.
I don't think so.
Did
Did you hear what the KNR said about
No,
the South
what
End?
was the KNR?
Mr. Vance, calm down.
13.15.
da, nu,
13.15. Oh
când
my
poate
goodness.
să
They
mă
have to
sune
go to
și
evaluation school. I
o
can't
să-i
imagine
trimit
with all those
e-mail.
tens. I guess they really don't like 433.
Look, her death.
She was my wife.
Da, da.
Right
Nu,
to know
deci
what
sunt așa de rău făcute. Mai încerc o dată să, acum am ceva de făcut. La 9
I don't
trebuie
like
să
Jack,
plec, dar
but
mai
I
încerc
like
o dată
Queen
să le
Jack.
fac o
You know, Queen Jack
fotocopie, să
10,
văd,
Queen
poate
Jack
iese
9.
altă fotocopie mai
They're
bună.
worth something.
Bine,
So,
vă
Roland,
mulțumesc
I
că
was
zic
talking
frumoasă,
about
la
with best
revedere.
leads, how it's a comfort when you're the declarer to know the suit is 4-4 when they lead for the best. And I've always led for the best, but I have to say, I don't like it when my opponents play attitude. I never know how the suit is splitting.
Two, but that's your partner. Does your partner know how many you have? If you lead an attitude something. You could have four
down
or five.
Hi, it's Leon Vance, Jared and Kayla's dad. Yeah. Listen, would you mind bringing them home from school today? Yeah, something's come up. I have to take care of it. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Okay, so the declarer is just going to pass the Queen of Spades here. No need to work on clubs.
Talk to me, Doc.
I don't know where to begin. I've counted 13 blows, 6 to the torso, 5 to the legs, and 2 to the head.
Witness says Crowler's involved in illegal fighting.
That makes sense. His injuries are consistent with numerous beatings over the past days or weeks.
You got a cause of death?
Cerebral hemorrhage from repeated blows to the skull.
It's taking time off. How about this?
They're puncture wounds. The angle and depth suggest a quick jabbing motion with a sharp, jagged object. These wounds show signs of healing.
Nothing more to say here. Why is the here's a question. Why is the KNR such an unquestionable tool? It's just an algorithm that does it all.
I removed them.
Well, some like it, the hand evaluator, some don't. I know some really dislike it, like David Bird, for instance. Do you have any strong feelings, Harry?
Well, I think it's, interesting for when you first pick up your hand. After there's been bidding, you can kind of toss it out the window because the value of your hand changes constantly depending on who's bidding what, and I wouldn't use that after the bidding starts. But as far as what a hand's worth, I'm okay seeing a computer approximation of it.
And you worry he may get stuck there in the after.
So apparently, the Tuner-Trump opening is not 20 to 21, or West treated her hand is worth more than 21. Well, while we're at it, let's get a KNR on this one. I have a feeling KNR is going to like this West hand and put it significantly above 21.
This is where the money was coming from.
I like this approach because I've played myself. 3 diamonds is a sign-off opposite 2021 balance.
Rewind it.
In which case, she will pass.
Should.
Yeah.
So you can play 2 of a major.
I'll track down the business
You
address.
play that, 2 hearts is a sign-off, 2 spades is a sign-off, 3 clubs is a sign-off, and 3 diamonds is a sign-off.
He's called 3 times already. He needs answers. He's not the only one. We need to tell him something. Tell him to leave us alone. Let us do our jobs. Leon.
Quite effective here because there's no other way to get to 3 diamonds. If you bid something like 2 diamonds waiting and partner bids 2 Trump, there's no way to play in the diamonds anymore on the 3 level because it would be a transfer.
Yes, it is a sign-off opposite 2021, but has West upgraded so that she will treat it as 22, 24? We don't know.
If she's picturing a 6-card diamond suit like to an honor, she can see that that's no good for 3 Trump. She has 6 tricks. How are the diamonds going to run? I don't think your partner's not going to have ace queen of diamonds because he wouldn't sign off with ace queen of diamonds. So any diamond holding less than that gives you no chance for 9 tricks now. Unless she's considering 5 diamonds, that could be.
I just need to get back to basics, that's all.
I think you agree with her now. 22.7.
Do you have any other questions? Good. I'll get settled in.
Yeah, I think that's. I like that one better than the previous evaluation.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's say she's picturing 6 diamonds to the king, or 6 diamonds, queen, jack. Would that make 5 diamonds worthwhile? Not really.
Okay. Something I can help you with? Yeah, we're looking for the owner, Reuben Williams.
I don't know how weak you can be for 3 diamonds.
Special Agent Gibson knows. Okay.
Certainly not a good contract, 5 diamonds.
We have reason to believe that this is being used after hours.
What if she's facing, say, 7 diamonds, king, jack? Then it would be worthwhile.
Not a fight club. Sure about that? Sit down. I didn't know. Does he work for you? He does. Is he here?
Yeah, 5 diamonds, should she bid it? It's obviously a terrible contract, but look at the ace king of diamonds. It looks like there could be a double squeeze, because North has to guard hearts and South has to guard spades. It looks to me like nobody can guard clubs, and the opening lead's going to be the queen of spades. They could certainly break it up by leading clubs.
Yeah, but that's what it takes, isn't it? There is squeeze.
Well, let's see. Declarer's going to run. Sometimes these things look like squeezes and then they're not. But the conditions look pretty good here. South might have to cast the ace king of hearts first, though, for it to work. I'm not sure. It would be exciting to get to see 5 diamonds, because then we can really see which squeeze works and how they might prevent it.
Rosenthal de plajă sau pantaloni scurți pentru adulți la 14,99 lei și pentru copii la doar 9,99 lei. Mnepo, mai mult cu mai puțin zilnic.
I wonder, Roland, if there's any issue with her not remembering what 3 diamonds shows. I don't know how much they played together.
They haven't played much together as a pair. They are a pair away from the table, as I said earlier, but they don't play very often as a pair. So one Swedish spectator who knows them very well suggests that she is just thinking about what it means, not about bidding if she knows it's weak. Now we get to see 5 diamonds.
Well, the opening lead's going to be the queen of spades. I'm confident about that. And Declarer's going to. I wonder if 4 no trump was. If 4 diamonds was invitational, I would think East would have rejected. So queen of spades will be led. Declarer will play a diamond. There's no chance in the world North is going to return a club.
This is interesting. Well, Diamond's obviously very kind to Declarer. He needs that for a start. Then he needs to squeeze.
Yeah, there's no chance North can lead away from his queen of clubs. He's going to play back either a spade or the queen of hearts. You'd have to be playing an amazing level to play back the club. So let's see. Now another diamond.
Alta recursă vizită prin esclave. Câștigă 1000 de tricouri bestiale pe săptămână, în fiecare săptămână.
The
Câștigă
third
1000
spade
de
will
tricori să-și
that
câștige
just
viața.
not kill the squeeze anyway.
Well, it kills the entries, right? Because declarer, well, declarer would have to trump.
Look at the contract in the other
Trump.
room. Wonderful.
Yeah, well, I think what, see, the problem was declarer for the squeeze to work was going to have to catch the ace king of hearts first. Can he do that? No. Why doesn't it work?
Da, s-a dus.
Yeah, he can cast the ace king of hearts, but then he can't get back to his hand. He'd have to trump a spade, and that ruins the threat. I feel like Clive Love, he's the guy who wrote the famous book on squeezes. I've read it. I didn't like it. I mean, it was like full of formulas and things.
El parcă zicea să lăsați pe săptămâna viitoare. Păi îi pleca la Mediaș cu Finuso, că o trebuie să ia Finuso niște medicamente pentru taică-su, că e tare foarte bolnav, nu știu ce. A fost operată.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. I mean, he draws trump, and the double squeeze won't work because North's discarding after the dummy. North keeps either hearts or clubs.
Și mi-a zis că dacă merge cu el, dar văd că l-am sunat pe Măica, pe Finu, nu răspunde, l-am sunat și pe Adi, nu răspund, că m-am sunat el, n-am putut să răspund, că vorbeam cu doamna Cristia.
I certainly don't like boring people with squeeze analysis, but what would have happened, see, if they hadn't kept playing spades, let's say North had played back a heart, the declarer would have been okay, because then he could have drawn trump, cast the ace king of hearts, trumped a spade, and then it would have worked.
Și că da să-i trimit e-mail cu el seara și citește și apoi îl redirecționează la Petrică sau să-l vorbesc cu Petrică, că doar pare așa și
Could have been made to squeeze against South.
dar vreau să știe și
She had 4 hearts.
care mai este
It doesn't work here.
la Punani. E clar că pe urmă vorbesc cu Petrică. Și o zis că ea și-a făcut asta, succesiunea.
In real life, yeah, one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of studying squeezes or teaching squeezes is that in real life, most squeezes are, it's just someone throws away the wrong card or throws away the wrong suit, maybe what we call a pseudo squeeze. So I don't think it's very practical for bridge experts to study squeezes. It's just most of the normal ones you just fall into.
Da, pe procesul lor să vină acum, eu pot să-i zic, domnule, am proprii care am din asta, cum zice, riveran, vecini, care mi-au oferit 150 de milioane și dacă ei își mențin așa, să ceară și ei.
Maybe Marion did remember the system, that she thought she was too good.
Adică Horia,
Which she really should if she had 2021. But she thought she was too good and bid for.
pe numele lui Maică. Deci și-au făcut succesiunea pe numele ei terenul. Păi probabil că nu, nu știu, că mai trebuie să mai ducă ceva, să facă întârbulare și pe urmă îl trece pe numele lui Horia. Eu știu cum îți toate mersurile.
So this is going to probably push the lead up to 29.
Ea poate să zică, domnule, terenul ăsta îl dau
They got a board, 11 boards to go with a 29 in lead.
nu știu ce ofertă au făcut. Dar fiul ăsta, fiul meu știe că e terenul lui.
In the written commentary, they're asking what if West unblocked hearts. He couldn't. If he unblocked the hearts, the defense would have a heart trick. He just couldn't get back and forth.
Și să mai vorbesc încă o dată și încă o dată. Și să-i fac și o mică chestie, că de ce actul ăla de profitul de proprietate din Lashley la ei. Faptul că ăsta de 10 ani în Anglia și ei declară că e un crăciunel. N-am văzut o copie după certificat, după actul lui de identitate, carnetul de așa. El nu a fost la Sibiu și puternicirea aia îi dată de maică sa că e cam veche, cam expirat.
Well, it was a legitimate line. Could have worked. Couldn't make it as it was. But squeeze against us might as well.
Asta știe Petre, că nu putem să dar astea și faptul că ai fost sigură, faptul că ai 70
Transfer responses here. Tell us a little about transfer responses in USA, Larry. Are they becoming increasingly popular among expert players?
Yes, they are. I mean, not if they're playing a strong club system, but more and more are playing that over one club that brings transfers on one level.
Am dat telefon la cadastru și cadastru mi-a trimis numai data de implementare. Nici nu mă dau telefon și spune, și pe când îți la telefon,
I'm guessing two clubs with a puppet to two diamonds, forced to two diamonds. The variation on something called XYZ. Maybe I'll put that up.
Yes.
Da, pe mine știi, dai în mine cât poți. Păi ăsta, vai săracă,
Larry has an article on
săracă,
everything.
l-am sunat pe
Virtually
bătrânul
everything.
astăzi.
Here
De nervi, am vrut să
comes
văd dacă
another
într-adevăr
lecture shortly.
nebunuia foaia. Și a zis, acum a plecat, a fost aici, acum a plecat. Că-l doare piciorul.
Well, virtually everything relating to bridge anyway. I don't have any articles on fashion or clothes or shoes or purses, thank goodness. I just asked my wife about those things. Well, the cards are incredibly friendly for East-West. I mean, my goodness, they're going to make a million tricks here. Look at those ace queens in the majors, and now no problem with the diamond suit. I think it's going to make 11 tricks.
But swap the north-south hands, and everything's wrong for you.
Right. And I always mention this. It's like wasting my breath because it still happens. All right. But you're two times making 5, and then they always come up and ask me, Larry, how do we get there? How do we get to it? I don't know why it's so. People just don't realize. Well, you don't want to be there. You want the 100 finesses.
I'm asked if I know if once they deny 4 spades, the answer is yes. He would have jumped to 2 spades if he had 4 of them. A minimum hand with 4 spades, like if a natural one, like would do if partner had responded a natural 1 spade. The Rosenthal team will gain some here. Not a lot, but some.
Winning. 40, 150
150
against 110,
110,
one
one
inch
inch
per
per
game.
game.
That's
That's
not the
not the
pace
pace
they
they
need
need
with
with
7
7
boards
boards
left
left
now.
now.
Yeah.
This is the
This is the
finals
finals
of the
of
mixed
the
teams.
mixed teams,
Final two
final two
teams.
teams. I
We
think we
started at
started with
114,
114,
and in
and in
7
7
boards
boards the
the
event
event
will
will be
be
over.
over.
One
One
of
of
these
these
teams
teams
will
will
be
be
the
the
winners.
winners.
Yep.
Yep.
We get the
You get
gold
the gold
medals.
medals
And
and
some
some
small
small prize. I don't know what it is,
but it's
but it's
definitely
definitely
not much.
not much.
She had a separate bank account.
So it might
Well, it might
not be
not be
pretty
pretty
to
to say
say it,
it, but
but doesn't stop
doesn't
me.
stop me.
Doing well in
Doing
these
well in these
events,
events
long
long
term,
term
is
is
good for
good
you.
for
Anyone who's
anyone
a
who's a
professional bridge
professional bridge
player.
player.
When you do
When you
well,
do well,
you
you
win
win
events,
events,
you
you
get
get
hired.
hired.
So
So
people
people
take
the
the
sponsors
sponsors
take
take
notice,
notice
and
and
they
they
say,
say,
"Oh,
oh,
look,
they
they must
must
be
be
good.
good.
They
They
won
won
that
that
event.
event. I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
hire
hire
them
them
for
for
my
my
team."
team."
So
So there
there are
are
ancillary
ancillary
benefits.
benefits.
Come back until you're ready to be here.
You
You said something about this the other day, Larry.
Larry.
Maybe you want to repeat.
How
How
do
do you
you
like to
like to
defend
defend
after a
after a
transfer
transfer
response?
response? You have to
You have to
know
know what
what 001
001
heart
heart is,
what
what one
spade
spade
is,
is,
and stuff.
and stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
talk
talk
about that.
about
I
that.
guess
I
they
guess
took a
they took
break
a
maybe
break
because
maybe
they're
because they're
halfway,
halfway, 7
7
boards
boards
through.
through.
Maybe
Maybe
they
they took
took
a
a
little
little
break.
break.
Fairly routine for each Marine.
Well,
Well,
I
I
haven't been
haven't been
playing for about
playing for
8
about eight
years,
years,
and
and
I
wasn't
when I was
when I
playing
was
8
playing
years
eight
ago,
years ago,
nobody was
nobody
doing
was doing
this
this
so I
stuff,
didn't
so
worry
I didn't
about
worry
it.
about
So
it. So
when I
when I
went
went
back
back
to
to
play
play
last
last
year
year
in
in
the
the
national
national
championships,
championships,
and
and
everyone
everyone
was
was
playing
playing
this
this
stuff,
stuff,
I was
I was
playing with
playing with
Stevie
Stevie
Weinstein, who
Weinstein,
plays
who
all the
plays all
time.
the time.
So I just
So I
asked
just
him,
asked him,
you
you
tell
tell
me
me
what's
what's
popular.
popular.
So
So he told me
what
what
the
the
popular
popular
defense is,
defense
and I
is, and I
wrote it
wrote it
down.
down. I
I memorized
memorized it,
it, and
and
I
I
wonder
wonder
if
if
I
I
remember
remember
it
it
5
5
months
months
later.
later. Let me think.
To tell you
To
the
tell you
truth,
the truth,
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
That's the
That's
thing
the
with
thing with
methods and
methods and
conventions.
conventions. If you,
I
I
remembered in
remembered in
November.
November.
I
I
probably
probably
remembered it
remembered it
2 weeks
2 weeks
later
later
what
what
we
we
had
had
agreed,
agreed
but I
to, but
certainly
I
don't
certainly don't
remember it
remember it
7 months
7 months
later.
later.
Do you
Do
know
you
what
know
the
what the
current
current
defense
defense
to the
to the
transfer
transfer
responses
responses
is,
is,
Roland?
Roland?
Yes.
Yes,
Common
the
defense
common
is
defense is
spade goes
spade
one
goes
club,
one
one
club,
heart
one
to show
heart to
spades.
show spades.
The double shows
Double
hearts,
shows hearts,
and one
and
spade
one
is
spade is
takeout
takeout
of spades.
of spades.
That's easy
That's
to
easy
remember.
to remember.
But we had
We had
another
another
twist on
twist
it
on
that
it that he
maybe over
maybe
a club
over a
pass
club
of
pass of
diamonds,
diamonds.
there
There
was
was
a
a
twist.
twist. Like
It's what
it's
you
what you
said, but there
said,
was
but there was
something else as
something
well.
else as well.
Here's the
Here's the
problem.
problem.
You
You
go
go
to
to
a
a
tournament,
tournament,
and
and
this is
this is
allowed. This is
allowed.
an
This is an
allowable
allowable
convention.
convention.
But
But
can
can
you
you imagine
imagine
the havoc it wreaks?
You
You
sit
sit
down
down
and
and
you
you
open
open
a
a
club,
club,
and it goes
and it
pass,
goes
a
pass,
hard,
a
alert,
hard alert,
and
and
your
your
opponents,
opponents
they're not
they're
ready
not
for
ready
it. They've
for it.
never
They've
seen
never
it.
seen
They're
it. They're
fairly new
fairly new
players. They've
players. They've
never heard of
never
such
heard
a
of such
thing.
a thing.
And one of them
One
does
of them does
double,
double,
thinking it's
thinking it's
takeout,
takeout,
and one
and
of
one of
spades,
spades, and one of them
and
thinks
it
it
shows
shows
hearts, and
hearts, and
the
the
other player's
other
going to have
player's
an
gonna have an
accent.
accent.
Cu o combinație specială de substanțe, Vasconal combate incidentul de cap. Vasconal pune
I
I
always
always
get
get
in
in
trouble
trouble
for
for
this.
this.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
mind
getting
getting
in
in
trouble,
trouble though,
Roland.
Roland.
I'm in the
I'm in the
minority here.
minority
I
here. I
agree with
agree with
ACBL
ACBL
to
to
keep it
keep it
simple.
simple.
Not
I mean, not at
not at a
major
major tournament,
tournament,
not
not
in
in
a
a
national
national
event.
event. Everyone's a big
Person
person
and
and
has
has
to
to
be
be
ready
ready
for
for
this.
this.
But at
But
the
at the
local
local
duplicate and
duplicate
the
and the
local
local
tournaments,
tournaments,
I feel
I feel
sorry
sorry
for
for
players
players
who
who
come
come
up
up
against
against
this
this
stuff
stuff
and
and
they
they
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
it
it
means,
means,
and
and
ACBL
ACBL
regulates
regulates
against
against
it,
it,
and
and
I
I
think
think
that
that
keeps the game
keeps
more
the game more
popular. Now I
popular.
know
Now I know
everyone's
everyone's
booing and
booing and
hissing, and
hissing, and
there's been
they're thinking, Larry, you're stopping evolution, and well, nobody, with your attitude, nothing's ever going to change. I understood all that as well.
I'm told it's a pre-alert in ACBL, so it's not that big a problem.
there's a big argument about even allowing multi. And the European world, and this is mostly a European audience listening, they'd be laughing at North America and ACBL. Multi, come on, that's baby stuff. How can you not allow multi? Yet it's not allowed in a lot of tournaments because this is Mr. and Mrs. Pa Jones who are, just going out to play bridge for a fun evening. They don't want to hear two diamonds alert and alert alert. So I'm not taking a side there, just saying the way it is.
Well, this is
So now that I've antagonized, sorry, Roland, I've antagonized myself to most of the audience, but I'm going to hang in there for the last 5 boards, 6 boards.
Right. East must have had an accident in the other room, getting to the 5 level. So an opportunity for the training team.
Well, in a way, they're lucky that 4 hearts doesn't make. The real accident is when you get to the 5 level down, 5 hearts down 1, when 4 hearts would have made. Since 4 hearts is down anyway, it's not the end of the world.
So 2-0 trumps by East is known as Truscott in Europe and probably Jordan in North America. Isn't that right?
You got it. You got it. Limit raise in hearts. Well, whether or not it's a passed hand, either way.
Director, I've been thinking.
So I don't know that they had an accident. Sorry, I think they went there over a 4 spade sacrifice.
Yeah, they did.
They had my father come in here.
But look at
the York 4 spades. Sorry, we keep talking at the same time. 4 spades, with the king of diamonds on side, and 4 spades is a make.
Look at the overcall in the other room. East open a heart, South overcalled a spade. Wow. I wouldn't find that ever.
Not me.
Yeah,
what happened was West showed clubs and hearts raised, and so East went to the 5 level. So, East West could have been right. Like I said, if the diamond finesse was on, it was a good sacrifice. 4 hearts on a good day would make also. Both red suit kings are in the wrong place. This is one of those deals where the law of total tricks is going to be horrendous because those red suit kings are tricks on defense, useless on offense, not to mention the spades, which East-West are a trick on defense and useless on offense. So I'm afraid to do it, but I know if I add up trumps and tricks, the result's not going to be accurate. They won't be equal.
Next question for Larry. If 2-0 trump forces East-West to the 3 level, which is weaker, pass or 3 hearts?
3 hearts is weaker. When you're forced into a level, going to that level is weaker. So there's 20 trumps, 10 diamonds and 10 hearts. How many tricks are there? 9 tricks in diamonds. And if you guess the clubs, there are 9 tricks in hearts, so off by 2. That's what you would expect with those wasted kings. I'm sure Mike Lawrence is out there gloating somewhere, but part of using the law of total tricks is knowing when you have kings in the opponent's suit and discounting them.
Yes, I can see Anders Bjergård in the audience. Just kidding. He's not here.
Yeah, he fought the law, but we have a song that's popular here. I fought the law, and the law won. So same situation here. North South have found 4 spades, which turns out a phantom sacrifice, but how do they know? Just put the ace of hearts in the east hand, and 4 hearts would be making.
They're on the way. I mean, it is a profitable board for East-West now.
Nine imps, 100 and 300.
Yeah.
Is there anything that can go wrong here? They might lead the ace of hearts, but that doesn't create a useful discard. So looks like down one.
This is a classic case of emotional transference. Captain Harris is recreating the moment on his own.
Could end up down two. Here's how I see it going down two: is if declarer takes an early diamond finesse, can't afford to draw trump. Oh no, that won't matter though. They can only get one rough with a natural.
Yeah. Next question. Do you agree with those double? You never mentioned that. What's the question?
There's too many things to mention. Do I agree with North double? I wouldn't do it not with a Doubleton club. No, I mean it could work out, but it's not my style to do so with a Doubleton. How about you, Roland?
No, I wouldn't.
Change one of the little hearts to a little club, and of course I would. No diamond finesse. How did declare decide not to take a diamond finesse to the opening bidder? What? Do you understand that?
No. She always does the right thing. She finds the queen of clubs every time she needs to. And she doesn't take a finesse when the king is off. That's a great plan. You should play with that.
She could have gotten really lucky if it was a singleton king, but I don't understand. West opened the bidding. I don't see that. Not taking the finesse.
Just dropping off some things. Of course. Right? What about the case?
The next question for you, Larry. You've been here since Larry has been here since Saturday commentating. What does he think the overall standard in the mixed teams in open event where anyone can register?
Well, I don't know that I've seen enough of the samples. I think the play we've seen here has been pretty good today. I haven't seen much bad. Yesterday the same. The first day we saw a lot of kind of horrifying mistakes. So I don't think it's a big enough sample to judge yet.
We'll get the open teams next week, so maybe we can judge it then.
Well, the biggest problem I see with this is, there's not as many regular partnerships. When you have open teams, you have partnerships who play years and years and study their system. Whereas in this event, most of the players are not playing with their regular partners, so that makes it much harder to bid and defend and know each other's styles. So you just coming into the event, you can't expect the same level of play as when players are with their regular partners.
Think about it, Leon. When did Jackie open the account when she did the lawyer? Just over 9 months.
Okay, so that closed the gap to 19 with about 6 boards to go.
Yes, much can happen.
I always thought I would go first.
So it's a position like two clubs here. But as we see, it can be a little stronger than in precision, where it's 11 to 15.
In this basement.
So North have enough for a negative double here. I don't know. I don't think so. Just as well. I think if North doubled, South might have bid 3 clubs.
How do you like the one thumb opening in the other room? I think you like it.
Yeah, I'm actually good with that. It's a 6-card minor, and I have stoppers and all the suits, and if I open one club, I have a rebid problem. So yes, I like the one no trump opening, and I assume North used garbage stamen. I wonder if 2 spades is forcing. Most players play that when you've overcalled on the 2 level, that a new suit is forcing. He certainly could have passed two diamonds over, bidding was aggressive, but that queen of clubs looking some way.
Well, Rankin did pretty well to make two spades, didn't he? I mean, against this layout.
Trump's 5-1. Well, he doesn't have many losers, though. I mean, his spades are 5-1, but they're on side, and if he gets his hearts, he can do some sort of cross-ruffing. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like two spades plays very well. Ace, king, and ruff a diamond, and ace of clubs, ruff a club, heart guess, ruff a club. Maybe he should have made six spades. It just plays well. It plays well in anything for north-south. Even clubs would have played well. So let's see. Declarer here. That's lead takes out a valuable entry to the diamonds. When Declarer plays diamonds, I'm thinking the best defense is going to be to duck the first diamond. So let's say Declarer plays the queen. Might it go low? That's got to be the best defense, you would think.
Direct in inima mulților afuseni. Super ofertă. Reduceri de cel mai mic preț.
West has two club entries later in the day. It's pretty hard for South to duck this diamond. I mean, for all she knows, Declarer is what, ace, queen, jack, 10? No, she wouldn't play this way.
Mama ta să fie tare. Nu toate tărele. Voi trebuie să fiți stați și să vă ajutați în lucrare.
Things are going really well for Declarer here. Making it the heart takes out one entry to the heart, and Declarer's two club entries. Maybe they have to switch to spades now to even set it. Yeah, I think North when North takes his ace of diamonds, he better find that spade shift. If he doesn't find spade shift, they're going to make it.
But that's no point in clearing hearts with no entry.
Well, he could be afraid Declarer has the nine of spades, and spade play will help him, but I think it's his... Let's see, what if his partner has king, jack, 10 of clubs, and ace empty of spades? I mean, we could see playing hearts is no good. Well done by him. He did it faster than I even analyzed why he should do it. I'm just thinking maybe his partner with clubs was so good that a club might have been right. Well, now Declarer's going to have to judge well to go down only one. She's going to have to hold up. Let's say she plays the king of spades, ace of spades, nine of spades. She's going to have to duck that and give up on her chance of making it. She's going to assume South is 3-2, 2-6, so she should really play safe for down one. And that would be a push board.
Știu cum e, știi, nicio speranță și dureros că vezi că
North knows that Talbot had three spades. The play so far indicates that South has either 3-2-2-6 or 4-2-2-5.
Hands up yesterday. Okay. Tomorrow? Wow. Nobody? Not one? Well, Tisha, explain how you arrived at that predictable but unprovable conclusion.
It's not something anybody has to prove.
Well, the spotlight is South now. It doesn't apply to three.
Wow. Wow.
Our entire concept
It's a tough game.
It is. Now she has it set in her own hand. So don't you think she'll just cash into aces?
you're already a flunky. Artificial construct or not.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
Wow, that was quite an impressive trick.
Calling you for office hours at Force to pick up the pace. You're overbooking me for a week. You're bringing me down to the front. Not yours. What did you tell me when you hired me? Schedule equals sanity. If you really care about my sanity, you keep the provost out of my curriculum. You know what? You're absolutely right.
Da se poate că tot așa au făcut edem pulmonar.
Never say I don't bring the treats.
What happened here?
Happened here?
The 9
In
How
how are we down to
only
only 5 imps?
Oh,
Oh, because
board
board
16 has
16
been
has been
adjusted.
adjusted?
Is that the
Is that
case?
the case?
Was that the
Was
six
that the
clubs
6
in the other
clubs in the other
room
room
ruled back?
ruled back?
Probably was.
Probably was.
Let's have a look
Let's
now.
have a look now
On 16.
on 16.
Who's? Yeah. Let me tell the provost over there as soon as I can.
Yes,
Yes,
ruled
it was ruled back to 4
north
spades
down
north
1.
down 1.
He's okay with it.
I was a date rape killer, summer baby.
And
And Rosenthal
leading.
is leading now.
Crime
Yep.
of the decade.
Era
Wow.
Wow.
So is that
So
how
is
they
that
do
how
the
they do
rulings
the
in
rulings
this
in
event?
this event? They do it during, because it would have been
Tricky to do it
after the scores are in. They do it during the match. And is there a committee, or do the directors just do it, and can it be appealed?
But I don't know.
But I don't know.
Many
Many
directors.
directors.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's an appeals committee as such,
or
or whether the
TD's
TD's ruling is final.
So that must be what happened.
They asked for a ruling because there was a break in tempo.
The
The directors discussed it. They probably got some
opinions
opinions from experts
and
and ruled that it was
unreasonable
unreasonable
to
go
on,
on
given what
given
happened.
what happened. They
Put the result
put
back
the
to
result back to
four
4
spades
spades
down
down
1
1
for
for
net.
net, but
There might be an
there might be
appeal.
an appeal is
The issue.
the issue.
And why so
And why so
was
was before appeals committees
in
in
EVO.
EVO events.
They changed
They
that,
changed that, I think, a couple of years ago.
So the
So
TD's
TD's
ruling
ruling is final.
So no instant
No instant
replay,
replay,
no
no
booth
booth
review.
review.
The rule,
The rule,
that's it.
that's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, if I'm going to have any hope of reaching her, I'm going to need to know what.
Absolutely. I just don't think you should hear secondhand.
So instead of
So
plus
instead of
13
plus 13
for
for
Russia,
Russia,
it became
it
minus
became
11.
minus 11.
That was a
That was a
24 inch swing.
24 imp swing.
I wouldn't let Katie 3 feet out of my sight. Talk to me when you're a parent. Every big detective on the force was working some angle in that case. My squad, we were checking out the clues from the killer's journal. You kept a journal.
E obosită, nu poate să facă mare lucru, dar e ok.
Okay, so this
Okay,
is
so
the
this
strong
is the
version
strong version
of the
of
Polish
the
club.
Polish club.
Yes.
Yes.
And what state
And
is
what state is
game
game
forcing
forcing
opposite
opposite
the
the strong version?
Ce să-i faci să închis rana bine, dar mamă, când am văzut cât eu mai...
So you would
So
expect
you would
they're
expect they're
going
going
to
to
land
land
with
4 hearts.
on a great day.
On a great day, you would make 6 hearts.
This is for a great
This is
day.
for a
Yeah,
great
both
day. Yeah,
finesses
both
are on.
finesses
King
are
of
on.
spades
King
is
of
on.
spades is on.
King of diamonds
King of
is on.
diamonds is
So
on.
6
6
spades
spades is roughly
6 hearts.
6 hearts is
Roughly
roughly
1 in 4
1 in 4
chance.
chance,
Needing
needing 2
2
finesses
finesses and
and some breaks.
But we couldn't
De mi-era și frică să dau cu mâna.
I'm sure you don't
I'm
want
sure
to
you
be
don't
in
want
it,
to be in it,
Larry.
Larry.
It feels like
Feels
about
like about
19%.
19% to me.
Multă sănătate și...
I want to be in
I
it
want to be in it
if
if I
I
saw
saw
the
the
East West cards.
I wouldn't want to
I
be
wouldn't want to be in it as far as
good bridge
good bridge
bidding.
bidding.
Sorry, Katie. It's just the figure of speech.
Figure out is why he would take it up again.
So this is
So
like
this is like
a
a dodgeball bidding
Sorry, go
sequence. Sorry, go ahead, Roland.
No,
No,
that's
unlikely.
They're only
off
off
one key card.
but
But
they
they wisely stopped it for.
So no swing
So
here.
no swing here.
Stand fresh in town, do job lots to do. Speaking about fresh in town, when is Donnie coming in from D.C.?
Soon, definitely. Yeah, soon. I was gonna leave.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Wait, I just remembered. I met you.
Well, now
Well,
someone
now
tells me that according to the conditions of contest, appeals are possible. There we go.
there we go.
So maybe we
So
don't
maybe
even
we
have a
don't even
winner
have a winner
after board
after
28.
board
Probably
28.
wondering who Donnie
Well, since
is.
this is a boring deal, let me just take a minute or two. I'm sure all the people listening, they don't know what the issue is we're talking about. I don't like to revisit old boards, but since we're going to see
we're
four
going to see four
architects
architects
making
making
steps
steps
into
to
play,
come
let me
into
just take
play,
a
let me just
minute,
take a
if I
minute,
may.
if I may.
On the board
On
in
the
question,
board in
board
question, board
16,
16,
the East
the
player
East player
had
had
5-5 in the
5-5 in
minors,
the minors,
14 points,
14
nice
points,
14
nice
points,
14 points, and
overcalled for the
overcalled
spades
for the
with
spades
two diamonds,
with two diamonds,
overcalled two diamonds
overcalled
with
two
that
diamonds
5-5
with
in
that
the minors.
5-5 in the minors.
Now
Now
four
it went
spades
four
on her
spades
left,
on her left,
has
has
passed
passed
back to
back
the hand,
to the hand,
vulnerable against
vulnerable
not,
against not,
but
but
apparently the
apparently the
partner
partner
took some
took
time
some
over four
time over
spades
four
and
spades, and
vulnerable against
vulnerable
not,
against not.
they would not
I would
allow
not
that
allow
again.
that again to
I don't
happen
think
again.
the
I don't think I would,
directors
but apparently the
agree
directors
that
agree that
once your
once
partner
your partner
hesitates,
hesitates,
you have to
you have to
take care
take
of
care
business.
of business. That was the ruling.
Yep. Actually, there's no appeals
But
committee,
as
but
a
there's a
reviewer
reviewer
appointed by the
appointed by the
championship
championship
committee,
committee.
So they can
So
ask
they can
him
ask him
for a
for
review
a
of the
review of the
director's
director's
decision.
decision.
I'm I'm
I'm
such
I'm such
a
a
non-fan of
non-fan of
underleading aces.
underleading
I always
aces.
like
I
it
always
when it
like it
costs
when it
because
costs because I just like almost never
underlead aces.
underlead
And
aces.
it cost an
It
imp,
cost an
but
imp, but
sorry,
sorry,
let me
just
see if I understand
just
what
go
you're
with my
saying.
go
last
with my
choice,
last choice,
underleading ace.
underleading ace.
Could have worked
Could
some
have
days.
worked some days.
Lacey Linderholm was understandably hysterical,
Says
agitated,
it's
and
going to
So this
cost
is
an
going to
imp
cost
and
an imp and
narrow the margin
narrow the
to
margin
4.
to 4.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think an
I don't
appeal
think an
would work
appeal
on
would
some,
work on some,
with a ruling
with a
like this, a
ruling like this, a
hesitation
hesitation
situation,
situation,
and people's
and people's
feeling is you
feeling is
can't bid
you
it
can't
over
bid
the
it over the
hesitation. That's not
hesitation.
the kind
That's
of
not
thing
the
that's
kind
going
of
to get
thing that's going to get
overturned.
overturned.
No doubt they
No
polled
doubt they
a
polled
bunch of
a
players,
bunch of
and a bunch
players,
of
and a
players
bunch of
said, "Look,
players said, "Look, I wouldn't,
I don't think it's
I
clear
don't
to
think it's
bid
clear to
again."
bid
So
again."
I don't
So I
see
don't
that can
see
get
that that can get
overturned.
overturned.
the now mentally disabled patient was transferred to a long-term care facility where the so-called doctors
I'm
rubber
told
stamped
that
their
an
original
appeal
diagnosis.
requires
I.e.,
paperwork to be filled out and a €100 deposit.
once a month, a functionary on the payroll of the nationwide health conglomerate that owns this chain of
No, but
warehouses in the
there
No,
has to
but
be a
there has
reason
to be
to
a reason
appeal.
to
And
appeal. And
this is
you know,
just
if
a
this is just
judgment
a judgment
ruling that
ruling
okay,
that
the
okay,
East
the
End can't
East
bid
End
again
can't
over
bid again over
hesitation. It's
hesitation,
almost like a
it's almost
frivolous
like a
appeal.
frivolous appeal.
But case you may
Lose your
lose your
€100.
€100.
And you think they
And you
deserve
think
to
they
lose
deserve to lose
the 100
the
euros
€100
if
if they appeal.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not the
it's
kind of
just
thing
not the
that
kind
can
of
get
thing that can get
overturned.
overturned.
You
When
poll
you
10
poll
experts
10
and
experts
8 of them
and
said
8 of them
you
said
can't
that you
bid.
can't bid.
There's nothing
There's
to appeal
nothing
on.
to appeal on.
Okay, so 10 to
Okay, so
12
10
no
to
Trump.
12 no Trump.
Probably gonna
Gonna
buy it, right?
buy it right
There.
there.
I don't see
I don't
anyone.
see anyone.
I don't see West
I don't see
bidding.
West bidding.
She could.
She could.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Right, right.
We,
The player minute
we,
no
The
in this
10 to
position,
12.
10 to 12.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have an
we have an
expression here for
expression
this
here for
Western
this
pull
Western
against
pull
not.
against
You
not.
could
You know,
go for
you could go
800
for
if you come
800
in,
if you come in,
but you
but
also
you
could find
also
your
could
partner
find your
with a
partner
12
with a
count and
12
make
count and make
600.
600.
The
So
expression
the
here is
expression here is
it's dangerous to pass,
dangerous
it's
to
dangerous to
pass,
bid.
it's dangerous to bid.
Yes,
I see what you
I
mean.
see what you mean.
But
But
how much
how much
will East
will East
require,
in your
to
view,
double a
to
mini no
double a
Trump?
mini no Trump?
Well, my
Well, my
agreement was
agreement was
roughly an opening
roughly an
bid,
opening
like
bid,
at least
like
if
at
it's
least if
balanced,
it's balanced,
roughly
roughly
14
14
unbalanced over there.
unbalanced over this.
I can tell you
I
this,
can tell
I
you this,
didn't like
I
to
didn't
face
like
that
to
10
face
to
that
12
10
no
to
Trump
12
at
no
these
Trump at
colors.
these
Oh
colors.
my
Oh
goodness,
my
it's a
goodness,
nightmare
it's a
to try
nightmare
to,
to try to,
like,
like,
I've gone for
I've gone for
1100s and I've
1100s and
missed
I've
games.
missed
I missed
games. I
vulnerable
missed
games.
vulnerable
I don't
games.
like it.
I don't like it.
Strictul necesar și gata. Nu se poate numai tot. Okay,
So I think East is going to pass. Typically, you leave in these doubles with a balanced hand, and one no doubled.
It's no picnic. Definitely not.
Well, no picnic to defend, no picnic to play, no picnic to lead from.
This could be a
This could be a
slow,
slow,
sweaty
sweaty contract to watch.
Yeah. The
one-note top contract can be quite interesting, especially when they're doubled.
My readable coincidence with a brilliant neurosurgeon who speculates that sometimes even the most frightening hallucinations can be the brain's way of making sense of things that seem random.
Roland, please don't ask me to
analyze what's going to happen.
That's my way
of saying this is too complicated.
It
is way too complicated. It's so difficult to judge how many tricks the declarer will get. It will depend on the defense, how he tackles the hand. It is not easy to predict.
It's going
to be back and forth. Who plays a hard suit, and
it's going to be nip and tuck.
I'll predict this: 7 tricks for one side and 6 for the other. That's my prediction.
I'm not going to go
with 8 and 5.
Well, are they about to set up
the declarer's fourth heart?
I wonder. We'll have a doctor see you right away. I don't need to be admitted, Luigi.
Certainly this isn't the best defense. They're working on declarer's best suit. Not that they know, but so far they started declarer's 7-card spade suit and now declared 7-card heart suit, and they haven't worked on their suits. I guess clubs would have been best for the defense. The declarer has beautiful spots in both majors. He can set up heart trick, and he can set up 2 spade tricks.
It's Tuesday night. On Friday, another girl disappears. Do you want her blood on your hands?
It's much too complicated
for me. I have no clue.
Well, at this point, I gotta think the pendulum is swung to the declarer. My goodness, he's getting to set up all his tricks, and the defense hasn't gotten anything going their way. So I'm seeing now for declarer 2 spades, 2 hearts, 4, 2 clubs and a diamond. So I'm now in the 180 for declarer camp. They can't do anything with the diamonds. The spots are too strong for north-south. A little late for the clubs. If you're correct,
we'll have a new leader again. Isn't that 7 M's then? 180 plus 120 in the other room.
Right. Russian team would be up by 3 if it makes.
Lacey suffered a traumatic brain injury at the time of her induction, either at the hands of her killer or because something fell on her head when the hospital.
Down by 3
if it goes down.
They just drugged her, assuming it was a psychiatric problem, and they kept drugging her.
Okay, now, how does this help us?
Is this a diagnosis?
If we have a term
in bridge, it's called declarer's advantage. And what that means is that the declarer has a built-in advantage in that it's easier when you can see your 26 cards on offense. It's easier for the declarer to do something intelligent than it is for the defenders when they can see 13s for their side and 13 for the opposing side. In general, declaring is easier than defending. It's kind of an example of it right here.
She's delusional, but because nothing that's happened to her for the last 26 years is
You may see a switch to the 10 of diamonds now.
Western
Courageous diamonds.
Everything stops.
That's
the declarer. You know,
the 9.
That's the 9 of diamonds. Precious card.
I don't really think
West should encourage diamonds because she can see that her spots are terrible. I think she's better off not encouraging diamonds and letting declarer touch that suit. She's better off having partner play clubs or hearts. I think we don't know what the 2 of diamonds means. They might play odd even. They might play upside down.
Upside down, yes.
Upside down,
You
yes.
see?
You see?
This is what I
This is what I
predicted.
predicted.
Ten
Ten
of diamonds.
Ten of diamonds next.
Boy, declare,
Boy, declare, look at
in the
the
spades
in
and
the
the hearts
spades
and the
and the hearts and
diamonds,
the
and even the
diamonds,
ten
and
of
even the
clubs.
ten of
Declare
clubs.
just had
Declare
all
it
the
just had
key
all the key
spot cards,
spot cards,
all the key
all the key
nines,
nines
and
and
eights.
tens and eights.
All due respect, sir, Orthodox hasn't exactly caught this killer.
The mother's got to be, what, 65? They're going to explain her aging 26 years overnight.
Robert, I do know that
Well,
women are
very
completely
well
serious.
played.
Very well played now.
Something called a
Nine of diamonds
Nine of
now.
diamonds now.
It's West will have
It's
to
West will
start
have to
after the
dodge
jack of
after the
spades.
jack
Nine
of
of
spades,
diamonds.
nine of diamonds.
in the garage. She looked so peaceful last night, sleeping in my bed. I'm just terrified of what's going to happen when she wakes up. She'll be alone. In her own room.
Yeah, I know this
Yeah, I
declare.
know this declare
He knows
he can afford that nine of hearts. He has the seven in his hand.
See
He can see that he has heart stop.
She got a bump on the head, didn't pass much. The doctor says she needs to stay at home and rest. And she'll be fine.
And then that tomorrow never comes.
She's at home with someone who loves her. It's strange.
and by now,
By
declare
now,
knows where the
declare
king of
knows where
clubs
the
is
king of clubs
also.
is also. He's just shown up with the ace king of spades. Declare knows that the king of clubs is over there in West. It becomes relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can hold it.
They can hold it to one, but they can't beat it.
That is 7 inches.
That is 7 inches.
He does have a little worry here that the ace of hearts squeezes the dummy. He's got to keep two diamonds in dummy, and for all he knows,
He doesn't
even know he's making it, because if
a defender
a defender is left with
two clubs and
two clubs and the jacks,
he's
he's got
got
to throw a diamond from dummy. He has to guess this.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true that he has to throw a club. That's true.
But
the
play of the
ten of diamonds from East does not suggest that he has a double to.
And then West started
with 5.
Well, yeah, but he's got to figure that out, because if East started with 10/3 of diamonds and shifted to the 10, which he might,
that would mean
that West's last two cards are the jack of diamonds and two clubs. And in that case, he would have to discard diamonds from the dummy. So this is a guess, and he should get it right. As for the reason Roland suggested, is that the 10 of diamond shift was probably a doubleton 10. But he's got to go through all the tricks and all the cards and all the original distribution.
the
Most fascinating set, unlike yesterday, Larry. Do you remember?
Yeah,
There was a drag set.
every deal. Most of these deals have been interesting.
Yeah. You may argue, of course, the Queen of Clubs is a trick. It's true. He will have to discard a club.
You have to guess
as you said.
Here to make it easier, I know not everyone follows what we're saying or hasn't seen the whole deal, but
look at the
East West cards remaining, and I want you to trade two cards. I want you to trade West's 4 of diamonds over to East,
and the 2 of clubs
over to West, and picture that
layout,
layout, and tell me what declarer should play from the dummy. In that case, his correct play would be a diamond.
Would it have been better
for him to play club earlier?
Take the finesse,
the 10 earlier,
and then lead
towards the 9 of diamonds.
And he wouldn't have this
Maybe what you're suggesting, maybe he could have avoided this pseudo, we call a pseudo squeeze, where you think you might be squeezed on a guess. He maybe could have avoided that. Maybe in it playing his winners in a different order.
I doubt
he anticipated this was going to happen.
Yep.
Yep.
It is two.
Well, it is two. If West skips it to a diamond from 10-3rd,
then you have to
then
throw
you have to
diamond
throw a diamond
with Woodley.
with Woody.
Well,
Well,
definitely
he's
capable
definitely
of doing it.
capable of doing it.
So then it's a
Well,
matter
then
of
it's a matter of reconstructing everyone's shape. So if East
had three
had
diamonds,
three
10,
diamonds,
that
10,
would have meant
that would have meant
that East
that East
started with
started with
4, 3,
4,
3,
3,
3,
3, 3,
and that West
and that West
started with
started with
2,
2,
3, 4,
3,
4.
4, 4.
So East,
So
that is certainly
that is
possible.
certainly possible.
So six
So
imps at
6
stake
imps
here.
at stake here. The Russian pair is either going to
win 1 imp
win
or
1 imp
win
or
7
win
imps. If he
7 imps.
guesses
If he
correctly,
guesses
they're going to
correctly,
win
they're
7
going to
imps.
win 7 imps.
If he guesses
If he guesses
incorrectly, they're going to
incorrectly,
win
they're going to
1
win
imp.
1 imp.
New
And a
question
new
here. Will
question here.
fatigue
Will
play a
fatigue
factor in
play a factor
situations
in
like this?
situations like this?
Well, I don't think
I
so
don't think
because
so
I'm
because
sure he
I'm
knows
sure
what
he
the
knows
issue is,
what the
and I
issue is.
think
I
he's
think he's
capable
capable
of
understanding what the two
possible layouts
possible
are.
layouts are.
I don't think it's
I
not
don't think it's
complicated
not
anymore. Is
complicated
what I'm
anymore. Is
saying.
what I'm saying. Is
At this
at
point, he
this
knows
point
what the
he
two
knows what
options
the
are.
two
A
options
good
are. A
declarer
good
is
declarer
capable
is
of
capable
counting
of
out the hand
counting
and
out the hand and
knowing what the two
knowing what the
possible
two
end positions
possible end
are.
positions are.
And the next
And
question
they're
would
not
Next
playing
question
that
would
many.
sorry, Roland, let me
Sorry, Roland. Let
also
me answer. Also,
they're not playing that
they're
many
not playing
boards
that
each
many
day,
boards
so
each day.
and it's early in the
And it's
tournament.
early in the
Go ahead.
tournament. Go ahead.
Yeah, got it
No,
right.
you
yeah,
got it right.
Good as that.
good
Would
as
West
that.
have
Would West
discarded
have
the two of
discarded the
diamonds
two
with
of
2,
diamonds
3,
with
4,
2,
4?
3, 4, 4 is the question.
Well, that
Well,
could be
that
an issue.
could be
That
an
could
issue.
have
That
been what
could have
helped him get
been
it
what
right.
helped him get it right.
Well, might turn out to
Might
be a
turn out
crucial
to be a
board.
crucial board.
We shall see.
We shall see.
3 to go.
3 to go.
Can't get it more,
Can't get it
much more
much
exciting
more
than this.
exciting than this.
Câteva minute, mai mulți trebuie pe telefon și câteva aplicații pentru fotografii de tare. Plus ai momente de notat 10 cu Huawei P10 Lite. Vino la Euro GSM, activează un abonament Orange P18 și ai un Huawei P10 Lite cu rată lunară de 9 euro.
So I wonder
So
about
I
a
wonder
fourth
about
seat
a fourth
to
seat
spade bid
to
with a
spade
hand
bid
like
with
this,
a hand like this, which
most players would
most
treat as
players would treat as
intermediate. Good way
intermediate.
to
It's
steal
a
the
good way to
contract,
steal
and
the
I kind of
contract,
like
and I
it.
kind of like it.
I'm not worried
I'm
about
not
missing a
worried
hard
about missing
game,
a hard game,
and
and
it's rates to be a part score
a part
battle.
score
So
battle. So
I'd love
I
the
love
two spade
the
opening
two
here.
spade opening here.
You see how the
You
Russians
see
got
how
in
the
trouble
Russians got in
on West
trouble on
opening
West
third seat?
opening third seat?
But the other table
But
they
the other
played
table
three
they played
diamonds
three
double with
diamonds
a
doubled with a
5-0 break. I mean,
5-0
three
break. I
diamonds
mean, three
double
diamonds
looks like a
doubled
good
looks like
contract
a
for
good
East West
contract for East
until
West
you see
until
the
you see
5-0
the
break.
5-0 break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a little
was a
unlucky, I
little unlucky, I have
say.
to say.
So she opened one
So she
diamond.
opened one diamond.
North jumped in with
North
two
jumped in
spades.
with 2 spades.
East doubled.
East doubled.
Negative double.
Negative
West with three
double.
clubs.
West bid 3 clubs.
East
East
gave preference to
gave preference
diamonds.
to diamonds and
Doubled.
South doubled for penalty.
I would have
I would have
opened the West
opened
hand in
the
third
West
seed.
hand in
I
third
know
seed.
I don't want
I
a
know I
diamond
don't want a
lead, but
diamond lead, but
third
you know,
seed on
third seed
5-5.
on
I would
5-5.
have.
I would have.
Well, this is certainly
Well,
going to
this
keep
is
East
certainly going
West
to keep
out of
East
the
West
auction.
out of the auction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Russia has lost the
Russia
board
has
on this
lost the
try.
board on
Four
this
try,
try.
4 hearts.
Yeah, it's full
Yeah,
heart has no
full heart
player.
has no player.
No.
Larry.
Well, you're off
Well,
two spade
you're off
tricks,
2
and
spade tricks,
you
and
need a
you
double
need
ten ace
a
of hearts
doubleton
in the
ace of
right
hearts
place.
in the right place.
Certainly,
Certainly,
we don't have.
we don't have.
They might make three hearts for 140 to hold it to 8 imps. That's the best they can do. So Russia's going to lose 8 or 12. And we'll have a new leader. A lot of lead changes in the last few deals. One of them, the biggest one, came from the ruling on board 16.
Absolutely. If they lose, the Mnepo team, I'm pretty sure. Although it may not be like that, it shouldn't be like that, I'm pretty sure that they will have it reviewed. Let's see the ruling. Would you blame them? Larry, be honest.
Yep, I would blame them. I think that's sour grapes. You hesitate. Your partner hesitates. And unless there's a question, see, the only thing I think they can appeal is if there was a question about the hesitation. I only took 11 seconds. It really wasn't a hesitation. But if your partner hesitates and you take a questionable action, now I'm not saying if East had a 100% action, of course you'd allow it. But when you pull 10 experts and 8 of them say it's questionable, that's that. It's just sour grape. You have to live with it. Next time, bid in tempo.
Yes,
Roland, I'm sure you're the same as me. If your partner hesitated, would you take a questionable action?
No, I agree. But Kibitsa points out that something's not clear to me. I thought they played with screens. So is it clear on the northeast side of the screen that west was the thinker for the BIT? Could have been south.
Yes.
No.
One spade, two something, four spades, and I believe you don't think a long time to bid four spades. I do see what you're saying, but I think it's much more likely that your partner was the one hesitating. Although we don't know which way the screen was. It was.
Yes.
Let's figure out where the screen would have been.
From the northwest side to the southeast side. So north and east are on the same side.
Right, so there's no issue.
That's what I said.
We better see how the screen was positioned, and it wasn't even. It was positioned in a way that they knew who hesitated.
Apparently, we were too late eggnog at the office Christmas party. He was chasing his assistant down the fire escape with a massive balance. He's been there for 6 years now.
Why didn't declare discard the other club? I guess he's worried about getting tapped out and going down a lot. But by doing it this way, he's opening himself up to a killing club shift.
We've already checked and double checked those leads. I might graduate third in my class from Fargo to be a triple checker.
You think those books on the roller? So what, you want me to go down there and tell your boss he's losing town?
Oh boy, he's going to go down several now.
Come back to worse. Maybe two down. To 500 plus 200 13 or something. Here is a question I can answer. It's about you, Larry. Will Larry do more commentary, or is this last time? No, it's definitely not this last time. He will be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and all of next week. I'm happy to say.
I'm hoping I haven't said anything that's going to get me kicked out. I've been a little controversial here. I used to be mild and humble, and I didn't care. I was too worried about what anyone would think, and now, as I'm getting older, I'm just saying whatever I want to say. So I hope I don't get into trouble here.
Definitely not. And I got a yeah from a spectator. How old is Larry? Well, I can't answer that.
I'm 58, but I think 80% of Europe when I started talking about conventions before. So maybe I'll say something nice. I love coming to Europe and go there all the time and love being there, and my wife loves it even more. So maybe I'll be back in the good graces.
This is Dr. Pierce and Agent
I can tell you,
I can tell you
press
get a lot of
from
praise
the business.
from the kibitzers.
Well, at least I know
Well,
Bob
at least I know
Hammond is
Bob
big on
Hammond is with me. Bob
big
Hammond
on
is
trying
big
to
on
limit
trying to
conventions.
limit
But let
conventions.
me
But
say this:
let me say this: when it's a major championship,
you
of course, you should be allowed to play these
we all
things.
have to be
We all have to be
up to the
up to
challenge. I
the
was just
challenge.
talking
I
about
was just
the
talking about the
lower level,
lower levels,
and I think that's
and I think that's
very
where
different
it's very
between the two
different between the
continents.
two
It's just
continents. It's just
allowing stuff.
allowing stuff.
Well, didn't Margaret ever go to the movie series alone? Very scary.
We know you're not telling us the truth.
Okay, so we're gonna have a
Okay,
couple
so
of
we're
boards
gonna have a couple
to
boards
go
to go with
in the lead
Rosenthal in the
by
lead
9.
by
So 2
9.
deals to
So
go,
2 deals to
Rosenthal
go,
by 9.
Rosenthal by 9.
That once correctly to the same
Yeah, 3 deals.
Yeah,
3
3
deals.
deals.
3 deals.
3 deals. 3 deals to go.
No, 2.
No,
We
2.
just played
We
26.
just played 26.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I was
Right.
right the first
I
time.
was right the first time.
Think about all those girls who were killed. Think about the girls who still might die. You can help us.
And anything
And
happen here?
anything happen here?
So pretty good effort.
Pretty good effort.
Yeah, but it's pretty good
Yeah, but
effort
it's pretty good
getting
effort
first base.
getting to fourth base.
You don't have many
You
points.
don't have many points.
So
Will East
transfer to
just
four
transfer
spades,
to 4 spades, or will
content
East
to
be
play in
content to play
three
in
spades,
3
knowing
spades,
that his
knowing
partner
that
has
his
wasted
partner has
club
wasted
values?
club values?
Relax. Come on. Have fun.
I think we're going to
I
see a
think we're
loser
going
on
to see a
loser.
loser on loser play in
That's
this
my
deal.
early
That's
prediction.
my early prediction.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
My idiot assistant, what can I do for you?
Are you the policeman who took pictures of girls in Oak Park
So
in the
he
summer?
So he
transferred.
transferred.
That's me in the long hot days before I
But
sold
even if they miss,
Even if they miss game,
they would still be
they
in
would
lead
still be in lead
Actually, I'm in a
before the
different
last
line.
board.
before the last board.
There's some questions to ask.
Well, it's strange
Well,
because
it's strange
this auction
because
to me
this
invites
auction to me
slam.
invites
I mean,
slam. You would think
maybe they play
Texas,
Texas
maybe they play
as the
Texas
invite.
as the invite,
One of
because
these auctions
one of
has
these
to invite
auctions has
slam,
to invite
either
slam, either
Jacoby and then
Jacoby
Rays
and
or
then Rays
Texas.
or
You
Texas.
can't have them
You
both
can't
be
have them
sign
both
off.
be
So this
sign
must
off.
be the
So
way
this
they
must
sign
be
off
the way
in
they
four
sign
spades.
off in 4 spades.
Maybe the slam
Maybe the
invitation
slam
hand would be to
invitational
the
hand
four
would be
diamonds,
to the 4 diamonds,
South African Texas.
South African
It was
Texas.
an innocent kiss. But at least, getting
Well, so
comfortable.
much for
Well,
my
so
loser
much
and
for my
loser
loser
play.
and
I was
loser play.
expecting
I
a
was
club lead
expecting a
and
club lead and
to throw a red loser
throw a red
from dummy.
loser from dummy on
First trick and
the first
another red
trick and
loser
another red loser
later.
later.
So you're in a finish side, on the other side.
Excuse me?
Gotta get some items loose.
What are you talking about?
Another woman was just abducted at Bedford Park. So much for your nut job expert, your brain damage witness. Guy said his girlfriend left the club around 9:20 for a smoke. Half hour later, he does a little
Well, I think this is going to
Well,
be
I
a
think
one
this
in
is going to be a
for
1 in
Russia. I
for
don't see
Russia.
the
I
over
don't see the over trick.
So the margin
So
down
the
to
margin will
8,
be down to 8,
8 into the
8
one
into
to
the
go.
1 board to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In the next 24 hours, you're definitely what's going on.
the reason for the
The
over
reason
trick
for
at
the
the
over
other
trick at
table
the
was
other
the
table
same
was it was
contract,
the same
same declare,
contract,
but
same
the opening
declare,
lead
but
was
the
the
opening
diamond
lead was
away
the
from the
diamonds
queen.
away from the queen.
At this table,
At this
the
table,
score has
Mark
queen
will
and
score his queen of diamonds and 420,
450 and
450 and 1 in.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right, when you find someone to bring you home under a sword, he's going to come after you with an axe.
Yeah. Let's see what this is.
This is the way they
This is
sign
the way
off.
they sign off.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
obviously you sign up. This is
obviously
going to
you
be a
sign
show
up.
off
This is going to be a
squeeze
show-off
because
squeeze
once the
because
declarer runs
once
all the
declarer
trump
runs
and
all the trump and
South's known to have the
South's
ace of
known to
clubs,
have the ace of clubs,
you can play for the
you
drop
can
in
play for the
diamonds,
drop in
kind of
diamonds, kind of
irrelevant since the queen of
irrelevant since
diamonds
the
isn't
queen
going
of
to drop
diamonds isn't
anyway.
going to drop anyway. Well, that's just an
Well, that's
operator
just an
error, I'm
operator
sure.
error,
So
I'm
we're going to
sure.
score it
So
at
we're going to
420,
score it as
even if they
420,
scored at
even if they
450.
scored as 450.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he didn't
He
drop
didn't
the queen under
drop
the ace.
queen under the ace.
So, yeah,
So, yeah,
it's a
it's a pick of 20.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. We win. Here's the Don't give me that. Look, I can
Okay, well, Roland,
Okay,
it's an
well,
exciting
Roland,
last
it's an
sport, but we
exciting
have to
last
get in
sport,
our
but we have to
thank
get
yous,
in our
and
thank
we're going to
yous,
be off
and we're going to be off
tomorrow and see everyone
tomorrow
2
and see
days.
everyone 2 days.
Absolutely correct.
Absolutely
So
correct.
we have to thank
So
our
we have to
brilliant
thank our
operator
brilliant
again,
operator again,
Soren Sech
Soren
from
Sech
Croatia.
from Croatia.
Fantastic effort.
Fantastic effort.
And for 4 full
And for
days
4
now,
full days now,
I,
I,
I don't understand
I
how
don't
they
understand
can
how
really.
they can really.
I would be tired
I
after
would be
half an
tired
hour.
after half an hour.
So many thanks to
So
him,
many
many
thanks
thanks
to
to the
him, many
operator,
thanks to the all the other
yes,
operators, yes, and the
and
organisers,
the
the
European Bridge League,
European Bridge League,
and their
and
staff
their
in
staff in
Montecatini.
Montecatini.
Thanks to the
Thanks
players
to
for
the players
entertaining
for
us.
entertaining us,
Of course, thanks
and of
to
course
BBO
thanks to
for
BBO
providing the
for
platform.
providing the platform.
Without BBO,
Without
we
BBO,
wouldn't have any
we
broadcast.
wouldn't have any broadcasts.
I echo all those
I
sentiments.
echo all those sentiments,
Thank you,
and
Roland.
thank you, Roland. And
We do have a chance
we
for a
do have a
swing
chance
here.
for a swing here.
East
If
West
East West
miss
miss
game,
game,
they'll win the match.
they'll win
The
the
most they
match.
can lose
The
is
most they
6
can
imps,
lose
so
is 6 imps,
non-vulnerable, 150 against
against
400 is
400 is
But the
only 6
way
imps. But the way
that East West
that
can lose the
East West
match
can
is
lose
if
the
they
match is
bid
if they
and go
bid
down
and go down in 3-0 trump.
The question is if
The
you
question
can
is
go
if you
down.
can go down,
Yeah,
if you can go
Yeah,
down.
the spades lie
the spades
beautifully,
lie
but the
beautifully,
hearts
but
and
the
diamonds
hearts and the
are off.
diamonds are off.
They're going to get the 3
They're
0
going to
trump
get
with
the
the
3-0
diamond
trump with
lead,
a
I guess.
diamond lead, I guess, and
Once they play
once
spades
they
to
play
the jack,
spades
they
to the
certainly
jack, they
can.
certainly
If Jack
can.
can inspire Jack a
An
hearts
inspired
lead,
jack
though,
a hearts lead,
which
though,
is
which is
conceivable.
conceivable.
Wow.
Wow,
There it is.
There it is.
Rusinov. Yes,
Rusinov.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Now
yes,
that
yes.
gives them a
Now that
chance.
gives them a chance.
That's
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's
killer. That certainly
killer.
gives them
That
a chance.
certainly gives
That's
them a
down.
chance. That's down.
That's the killing
That's
lead.
the
Wow.
killing lead.
And I've been
And I've
leading
been
fourth for my
leading
longest and
fourth for my
strongest
longest
my
and
whole life.
strongest my whole life.
Yeah, what happened to
Yeah,
that?
what happened to that?
Fourth best from your
Fourth
longest
best
and
from your
strongest.
longest and strongest.
Well, that's why
Well, that's why
I'm here talking.
I'm
Instead
here
of if
talking.
I had led
Instead of
my
if I
fourth
had led
best
my
diamond,
fourth best
I would have
diamond,
lost the
I
match.
would have
With this
lost the
heart
match.
lead,
With this
they're going
heart
to win
lead,
the match.
they're going to win the
It's
match.
as simple as
It's
that.
as simple as that.
Well, I guess
Well, I
Declare's
guess
best chance
Declare's
is to
best
go for
chance
the
is
ace
to
of
go
hearts,
for the
but
ace of
South
hearts,
has
but
is going
South
to get
has
in,
is
and
going to get in, and
this is just
this is just
down.
down.
What a lead.
Wow, what a lead.
Fantastic. So
Fantastic.
the championship
So the
decided
championship
on the very
decided on
last
the
ball.
very last ball.
How often does that
How
happen?
often does that happen?
And just for those
And
wondering
for
why, the
those
tennis
wondering
cards,
why the
they're
tennis parts
playing
they're
Rusinov.
playing
So
Rusenthal
now,
from
but
so
some
now
players
but
do
some
with a
players do
three-card
with the 3-card
holding against no
holding
trumpets. You
against
know,
no
with
trumps,
four or
you know,
more,
with
they lead
4 or
highest.
more they lead highest.
What a sight for
What a
sore eyes
sight
that
for
dummy
sore
must
eyes
be
that
for
dummy
North.
must be for North.
Having see that the hard
Having see
table.
that the
The
hard
one
table.
good thing
One
about
good
this, no
thing
matter which
about this,
team
no
you
matter
root
which
for,
team you root
is
for,
that this will
is
make
that this
the
will make
ruling
the
and the
ruling
appeal and
and
all
the
of that
appeal and all of that
completely irrelevant.
completely irrelevant.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I guess David
I guess
Bird and
David Bird and all
supporters
the
of those
supporters
computer
of those
simulations
computer
will be happy
simulations
with
will be
this
happy
lead.
with this lead.
The computers
The computers
and such
and such
advocate
advocate
leading this
leading
kind of
this
lead as opposed
kind
to
of
fourth
lead as
best.
opposed to fourth best.
Well,
Well,
hindsight is lovely.
hindsight is lovely.
Maybe one no trump, three
Maybe
no
one no
trump
trump, three
would
no
have been
trumps
better,
would have been
suggested
better,
by spectators.
suggested by
Well,
spectators.
maybe it would.
Well, maybe it would.
However,
However,
next time partner has
next
five
time
hearts,
partner has 5 hearts,
and
you
weak
know, and weak
spades, and then you
spades,
bring hearts.
and then you bring in hearts.
One no trump all
One
pass
no
would have
trump
been
all
better
pass
off
would have
also.
been better also.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think what the spectator's saying is when it's a puppet Stamen auction, you kind of expect something like this in the dummies, a side double pin and a 3-card major, and so by leading a heart, you're almost sure to hit your partner with some heart length.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
Now, of course, the score we see is unofficial. I mean, it usually is correct, and but we can't be sure.
No, our score was not official, obviously.
Well, I think both pairs played pretty well the set that we watched. They not only didn't make outright errors, but they did a lot of good things. They, it was a pretty well played 14 deals.
How about suit preference? The 4 of hearts. Does that show a club card for later?
It's either that or they return their current fourth best, maybe, or they're. I usually return my original fourth best, but it could be he's doing it as a suit preference play.
Okay, so here's the final question for you, Larry. It sounds results orientated, I get, but is this hand the east hand with 5 very good spades and low doubles and in hearts, a 1-note trump opener, or should he have opened 1 spade?
I would have opened a no trump. He played the 10 of diamonds there because his only chance at this point was 4 hearts and the diamond finesse and the spades 3 on side, so he needed to stay in dummy. So that was inevitable that he was going to play that 10 of diamonds.
Well, unlucky for East West, I have to say. It's been a great match. Congratulations to the Russian. They've been outstanding up there constantly from the West Coast, really. Commiserations to the Rosenthal team, maybe. They were so close, but no cigar. But silver medals, not to be sneezed at.
Right to the very end. The underlip keeps the club in case guess for the queen. Very tough for this play by North there.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Very exciting.
Thank you. And see you Thursday. Remember tomorrow is Bar Office concert, and we'll be back for the mixed pairs finals on Thursday.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.